Oh, it's Louis Delforno here. I'm joined by Benino Dorsey, who's putting his headset on as we speak.
What's poppin'?
Tronny's 32.
32. All right.
Did they add him to the roster? I didn't see it.
Where'd this say?
Jeff Robinson's 32. Is he playing? Yeah.
So I think this game's gonna go Lewis.
Benino's the one closer to it, but I do know how to use it.
Basically, you are.
I'm 2.
You're 2.
He's 1.
You guys want to switch it? I'd make it easier. 1, 2, 2, 0.
Switch headsets. I'm thinking nice knockoff AirPods.
No, the case is.
So, if you guys want to mute yourselves.
No, I know. All right, I know that. We both take TV.
What's mute button?
Where it says mute under your mic. Come on, I'm not that stupid.
Then you want to turn yourselves, each person up, it's this one. And you want to turn both of yours both up, it's this one.
Gotcha.
That's it.
All right. Bet.
So, if you want.
Hello, hello, and welcome to Wayne Valley Television. I am Louis Del Forno, joined here by Benito Dorsey.
What's going on? What's going on?
Today we have an exciting matchup between the Indians of Wayne Valley and the Thunderbirds of Mahwah. The Indians sitting at a 2-3 record as the Thunderbirds are sitting at a 2-4 record. A crucial game for both sides.
Louis, how do you think this game's going to go?
Honestly, love to see the Indians get a win. It's great to see Nick Troney, first game as a lacrosse player.
Number 32, right?
He's number 32. He's been sensational for both other sports he's done, leading the Wayne Valley Indians to a football semifinal appearance, as well as a wrestling state championship as this year alone. Not the last, all the other accomplishments he's accomplished in his 4 years.
I'm excited to see how we fare. I think our lacrosse team is pretty good.
Yeah, the record really doesn't stand about how we are as a team. All three losses have been very tough. They've had the lead in all of them. Ended up just losing at the end. Today is a crucial one.
And that's what we got to do. We just got to finish. And hopefully we can get it today.
Indians approaching the fields for the first face-off of the game, which will be taken by number 10, Jake Lombardo.
Is it by 10?
What do you mean? The lacrosse game underway.
There we go. Face-off's taking off.
For the Thunderbirds of Mahwah High School is junior number 11, Liam Granquist. And goal this afternoon for your Wayne Valley Indians is senior number 22, Hunter Rovier.
Hunter Rovier in goal for the Indians.
Number 11 in goal for Mahwah Thunderbirds. Look at the face-offs up against 21 from Mahwah.
Versus Jake Lombardo for the Indians of Wayne Valley. Face-off won by Lombardo.
The dogfight out there right now, but
In
the Indians take it
possession
out.
given to number 2, Ty Moran. Tommy's really taking his time here.
Substitution comes from the Indians.
Led
for
the
number
offense.
12, number 20, and number 14 coming on the offense.
Number 14, Trey Ferguson, and number 20, Braden Phillips. Valley working around the ball, trying to get something going on this first possession.
Mahwah defense is staying near the goal, staying tight.
Moran approaches the goal.
He's looking for option inside, but can't
Passed
get
out
it.
to
Has
Braden
pass
Phillips.
outside.
Braden Phillips passes it out to number
one.
1, Johnny Crank. Going back to number 2, Tommy Moran. And this is a very, very good first possession for the Indians. Tommy looking in, takes it back out, dishes it back out to Trey Ferguson. Trey driving in, back to Tommy. Tommy at the 30, swings it in. That is to number 16, Regan Capozzoli. Regan gives it right back to Phillips. Moran attacking hard. Just passes it back out.
Trying to work it in.
A shot and a goal! What a shot by number 6, Robbie Razor. The first goal of the game, and of course, the first for the Indians, going up 1-0. What a shot.
Scored a goal for the Wayne Valley Indians. That goal was scored by number 6, Robbie Razor. Is Wayne Valley Indians 1 and the Mahwah Thunderbirds 0.
Lombardo back on the field for another face-off. Lombardo on the 50, getting set for the face-off. I want to do this one, Moldy. Face-off's taken. And another. Ooh, another. Ooh, what an attempt by Lombardo.
Ball's loose. Looks like Mahwah's
going to get their first possession of the game.
Oh, wait.
Defense really cracking hard on Mahwah. Not giving him any space to do anything. And if you're Coach Glander, you have to be very happy with the defensive pressure you're seeing early. Something very important for this team if they want to win.
Looks like Indian possession.
The possession will belong to the Indians. Off comes Lombardo. On comes Phillips and Trey Ferguson. And Tommy will have it around the 35, passing it to Phillips. Phillips drives, kicks it. Kicks it in to Dem.
That's Robbie. That's Robbie Razor.
Swinging it around.
Moran is at the under the 40, looking for some way to get into the goal.
Passes out to Trey. Trey's going to pop out. Spacing's key here in the beginning of this game for the Indians. They're swinging it around.
The Indians just can't get it in.
Taking their time here. You have to like that. Good screen by Phillips.
Comes to Tommy. Tommy's winding up the shot.
Moran
fakes it.
Passes it in.
Deflection.
Almost scored by number 20, Braden Phillips. Phillips causing some chaos. Gets the ball back for the Indians. Trey Ferguson retains possession. What a play by Phillips.
Passes it to number 6, Robbie Razor.
Razor swings it in. Too much pressure there. And they're pressuring this ball early.
Nice save on a previous play by number 11, Liam Granquist.
Mahwah on the transition. He's taking it. 25 is breaking. And is eventually slowed down by Jack White.
Oh,
pass it to
Mahwah
himself. Mahwah with the ripper off the crossbar.
Deflected by.
What a play by Hunter. Hunter gets on top of it.
22, Hunter.
Gets the possession right back for the Indians.
Nice deflection on the play by number 22.
Cannon Coyle passes it up. Ty Moran. He's taking advantage of this. Here comes Crank on the other way. He's swinging inside. Swinging it around. The Indians are in no rush here. Pass out to Tommy. Tommy, the 25, passes it out. He's giving that one to number 28, Colin Rovier. Back out to Tommy.
This circular motion keeps on working for the Indians.
Keeping Mahwah on their toes.
Mahwah's defense deflects the ball out of bounds.
Going to stick with the Indians here. This motion offense keeping Mahwah on their toes. Because if you sit far too back, then they're just going to drive right in. But if you pressure up too high, back out to Tom. Looking to get something going. Pass out from Colin Rovier back to Colin.
This offense is a good synergy. They have good passing, and they're just trying to get into the goal now.
Swinging it around.
Pass it out to Moran. Moran's looking for a shot.
They're in no rush here.
Pass it to Rovier.
Rovier's going to take it over once again. He's going to take it to the top this time.
Mahwah defense steals it from Revere. They're coming up on the side.
Here he comes. They got to get this ball out quick. Good attempt by Colin. Mahwah didn't take possession. But great pressure by Braden. Braden Phillips scooped up the other way.
Ooh.
What a spin move by Scott McGrath. He's taking it himself right now. Slows it down, passes it out. And he comes out. Indians patiently waiting for the shot they want. Tommy's jogging in. Back out to Phillips. To Tommy. Inside. Passing it back out. Tommy working it back to the top.
He's to Ferguson.
Passes it down. They're swinging the ball very well. Very good ball movement by the Indians early.
This is domination. Offense is dominating this first half.
You can't give no discredit
First
to the
quarter.
defense. Every time Mahwah has touched the ball, whether you are offense or defense, they're creating constant pressure, forcing that ball out, and eventually getting it back to the offense. Back up top to Trey. Trey Ferguson driving in. Looks at Tommy. Tommy with
Moran
the
swings
ripper.
it.
A great deflection by the goalie. That one almost went in top shelf. The Indians will retain possession as Trey Ferguson takes it at the 34.
Pass the Moran.
Back into Tommy.
Ooh,
Back
okay.
inside again. Tommy.
Back to Ferguson.
Trey
Ferguson for a shot.
Ferguson bounces.
Good
It's going to
deflection by the
retain Wayne Valley possession.
See, even though the Indians' offense is dominating, Mahwah's defense is not doing that much of a job either. They're holding their ground.
Got to respect the Indians. If the goal's not going through, someone is getting behind it, making sure they're the closest to the ball to retain possession and holding on to the ball. Valley has dominated the possession tie this game.
Definitely, definitely.
And this is all by good passing. Braden inside
To Capozzoli. Capozzoli's trying to look for a pass.
to
Pass it to Ferguson.
Ferguson.
To Tommy.
Tommy
Ooh,
no
misses by the
good.
left.
Another good hustle by the Indians, and it's going to retain Indian possession.
Looks like he was aiming for top left there on the shot.
Robbie Razor keeping the possession for the Indians. Swinging around.
Ferguson at the top.
He's taking it back to the top and resetting this offense once again. A lot of motion from this Wayne Valley offense.
I already told him.
Swings it inside. Crank swings it in. Robbie Razor passes it out. Another pass.
And Mahwah steals the ball from the Wayne Valley Indians.
Mahwah on the transition.
A full momentum change coming from Mahwah. The Thunderbirds are trying to get it into Indian territory.
Another big stop is needed for this Indians defense. Get it right back in the hands of the offense. Mahwah's taking their time here. Pressuring in. Trey Ferguson on his hip.
Shoots the shot.
Bounces out. Almost looked like a goal there. A sigh of relief for the Indians defense. He's hiding behind the goal here, taking his time. Eventually drives in. Loses the ball. Another ground ball scooped up
There we go. There we go.
by number 23, the junior defender, Frank Tortora. They swing it back to Frank across the field. And here comes Tommy. The other way. Tommy crosses the 50. Tommy's running in. Moran slows down, swings it to Rovere. Rovere swings it to Regan Capozzoli. Regan taking his time, looking at all his options. Passes it back out. Tommy Moran. Up to the top, Colin Rovere. And the Indians really liking this look. Up top, Rovere takes it again. The screen set. Loses it, Trey Ferguson. Passes it out. Shot in, and it's another goal for the Indians. I think Regan.
16.
Goal on the play by number 16, Regan Capozzoli.
Scored a goal for the Wayne Valley Indians. It is Wayne Valley Indians 2 and the Mahwah Thunderbirds 0.
2-0 Indians. Lombardo looks to go 3 for 3 on faceoffs today.
Lombardo is doing a really good job keeping number 27 of Mahwah on his toes on this faceoff. Don't you agree, Lewis?
I agree. This defense really needs to get something going and get the ball for the offense. No way you win in this game if your offense is having the ball. Valley's been dominating the possession, and that's why the score is the score. Another one face-off for Lombardo. He's third, and he retains it himself. He's taking it himself. Spin move, gets the defender off him. He's running himself, loses it. Players getting on the ground. Luke Quisner.
Looks like it's Indians' ball.
Indians retain possession.
Moran's bringing it up. Passes to Crank.
Rovere at the top. He's going to get another screen. The Indians
Back
really
to
been
Crank,
working
looking for a shot. Deflection by the goalie, number 11 on the Mahwah.
Time beginning to become a factor as Mahwah has it with about 20 seconds left in the quarter. And Mahwah taking advantage of this fast break opportunity. And there's an offsides penalty against the Thunderbirds.
Now that's a big momentum changer.
The Indians will have 14 seconds to get a goal in. They really got to hustle here. They can't be laying back now. Passes it in. Colin Rovere swings it. Ball's on the ground. That will end the quarter with our Wayne Valley Indians leading the Thunderbirds 2-0.
I know.
Ladies and gentlemen, our Wayne Valley High School concession stand is now open, located near the baseball side of the field. Our Wayne Valley concession stand.
Benito, a great first half for the Indians. Really, a great first quarter for the Indians, my apologies. 2 goals already. Defense not letting Mahwah even get started. What is your biggest takeaway from this first quarter?
Well, the Wayne Valley Indians have great momentum. That's what's really driving themselves forward. Defense is also good. Wayne Valley defense is also keeping Mahwah offense on their toes. And the same thing can be said for the Indians offense, keeping the Mahwah defense on their toes. Now, I think the Mahwah defense is a step they can make some major points.
Playing their hearts out. You got to respect that from everyone on the team. Putting in all the hours of dedication to be out here right now. Working hard, and it shows it on the scoreboard. What do you think the Indians need to continue to do to keep this lead?
Ball movement. Definitely ball movement. They on their offensive side, they have that movement. They just need to keep it up. They're good with their cradles. They're good with their passes. They're good with their shots. If they keep that up, they're going to win this game.
The Indians break the huddle for the start of the second quarter, and they have dominated the time of possession. And that is a huge factor if they want to keep this lead. On for the face-offs will be number 10, Jake Lombardo, who's been perfect today.
3 for 3.
Looking to go 4 for 4. A really, really, really good performance by the young sophomore. Matthew Bayer versus Lombardo for the face-off. The senior takes it
Bayer
from Lombardo.
takes the win, making Lombardo 3 and 4.
A huge break for the Thunderbirds as they needed some possession.
Even if they have possession, looks like the Indians are keeping them on their defensive side. As the Thunderbirds
A good
try to
pass
bring it up.
inside.
Thunderbirds keep
Mahwah
possession.
retains it. They're right inside. Couldn't get a hold of it. And look at this. The Indians getting another ground ball. Hunter Rovier saving it.
Indians defense. It's been a big part of today's game so far, and if they keep this up, it's looking good for the Indians.
Phillips replaces Dakota DeLeese, the defender. Great pressure by the Indians. Every ground ball, every single player on the offense
Looks like
or the
it's taken up the alley.
defense has attacked. Tommy taking his time, letting the offense get rotated before he starts. He's approaching the top. And he'll drive it himself. He rips it. It's a goal. Number 2, Tommy Moran. A huge strike for the Indians to extend the lead to 3-0.
Very fast paced. That was very fast paced. That was, I blinked and I couldn't see it.
A huge goal for this Indians offense to keep the momentum going forward. The rate they're scoring, no way they're going to be stopped.
Lombardo versus Bear again. Lombardo's looking to pick up the slack from the last face-off. And Bear's been looking to continue the streak.
That's Bear again.
Lombardo takes another. It's on the ground, and it will be scooped up by the Indians. Regan Capozzoli retains the possession, and that makes Lombardo 4 for 5 on the day. Swinging it around, Crank takes it at the 5, working it back around, gives it to Trey. And Braden Phillips will reset the offense.
It's this circular motion that's doing the Indians so well against the Mahwah Thunderbirds.
It's very hard to stop a motion offense in any sport. They just keep working around, waiting for Mahwah to bite, and then they take advantage of it right away. A great offensive performance today by all of the Indians. Dancing inside. Another shot by Tommy. No good. Will retain Indians possession. Great hustle by number 14, Trey Ferguson. If you are just joining us now, the Indians are up 3-0 on the Thunderbirds. As another drive inside kicks it out. And this Indians team really has no rush of scoring. They'll take all the time off the clock now. Even this early.
Rips
and
it.
another ripper by Regan Capozzoli.
Fortunately, it missed. It was a little too much to the left.
Possession will retain Wayne Valley.
It's nice listening to you guys. This is good. I'm a happy dude.
Up top, Trey Ferguson takes it.
Give Snyder a shout out before we get done.
Crank takes it. Back out to Ferguson.
Driving it up,
drives
get
in.
defense off him.
Ooh, tried to shoot it before he had it there. That hurt. They will retain possession. Mahwah's really pressuring now. Another shot, Phillips. Bouncing off. Indians getting a little sloppy with the ball. They're just looking to get another one in there. Crank. Confused the defender. Works at a Regan Capozzoli. Regan swings it around. Trey will take it to 30. Trey will work it in.
I'm looking for a shot.
Ripper!
Moran with his third goal of the day?
Second goal of the day.
Second goal of the day.
What a shot by the junior. Before the start of the sixth face-off, I'd like to give a shout-out to the main man, Mr. Snyder, in the booth. Best announcer in the state. Lombardo on once again versus Bear. Only losing one face-off so far. Very good performance by Lombardo. Really creating Indians offense. Lombardo retains it again. Mahwah will take it back. And they're going to wait for the offense to get set. Colin Rovere on for Jake Lombardo. Mahwah works the ball around. Drive in by number 16.
Looking for a shot, but
Didn't have the angle on Hunter. Hunter really got in the way of that one. A
Whips
ripper.
Good deflection.
Will stay
by
Mahwah.
Hunter.
Will stay Mahwah possession. Kicks it out. And it looks like Mahwah is trying to take a page of the Indians book. Trying to come out in a similar set with this motion offense. Worked really well for the Indians.
Oh, slip, but catches himself. Number 23 of the Mahwah Thunderbirds.
Mahwah taking their time here.
They are definitely trying to get it in, but the Indians' defenses has great pressure right now.
He's got the step on him. Drives in, kicks it.
They just can't get in. Every
Swings
time
it back.
Drive. Number 24 is looking for a shot.
A ripper.
But
And
also
it will
deflected.
Stay Mahwah possession. Another good deflection by Hunter Rovere.
Every time Mahwah's offense tries to come in, Indians' defense just forces them out. Good overall defensive unit of the Indians.
Driving in, Mahwah forces it
Ball
out.
Indians take possession of the ball.
Flag on the play. They're going to let this play out a little bit until they call it. Crank. Kicks it to Phil.
Phillips looking for his option. Passes to Revere. Revere back to Tommy.
How about
Back to
Colin
Revere.
Rovere? The freshman bursting into the lineup and contributing very early into his early career.
The good brotherly unit. Hunter Revere in goal and Colin Revere on the offense.
Of course, Hunter will be leaving the Indians next year to be joining the UMass lacrosse team.
Whipped by Crank, but deflected and blocked by number 11 of the Mahwah Thunderbirds. Got you.
He's like one player worth. They got more goals than he's got saves. It's only the third time I've said his name. They've got 4 goals.
They got to get jerseys where you can actually read the numbers. Swing out to Regan. Regan to Phillips. Phillips to
Moran.
That's Tommy.
Track.
Back out to Regan. Regan inside. Back to Regan. To Phillips. To Trey Ferguson. To Colin Rovier. Back to Crank. Inside
For
Regan Capozzoli.
with his
Capping off his second goal of the night. Back on the fields for the face-off. Number 10, Jake Lombardo. Quite a performance so far, midway through the second, with just a little bit over 5 minutes to play. And we will be seeing our first timeout of the day, taken by the Thunderbirds. Being down 5 here, what do you say if you're the coach of the Thunderbirds right now?
defense. Their defense needs to step it up. They need to get the ball to the offense.
They definitely need some pressure. For everyone joining us right now, take some time during this timeout. It only takes 2 seconds. Exit your full screen. Hit subscribe for Wayne Valley Television. Go on Twitter. Follow Damer Teaches TV. Come back. I promise you, it is worth it. Indians about to break the huddle.
And also, for those of you joining in, the score is now 5 for the Wayne Valley Indians versus 0 for the Mahwah Thunderbirds.
Indians really haven't taken their foot off the gas since the start of this game. They've striked early, and they've striked often.
Pedal to the metal.
A new face-offs man, Dan Kulati, will be going after it against sophomore Jake Lombardo. He's having quite the performance today. Another huge win for Lombardo.
But Mahwah takes possession of it, stealing it from Lombardo's.
Whistles are being blown.
And it is a penalty
It appears to
against
be an
Mahwah.
offsides penalty on the Thunderbirds.
And Wayne Valley will take possession.
Ty Moran takes it, crossing the 50. Moran passes it in. Robbie Razor swings it. Back out. Colin Rovier resets the offense. Rovier into Tommy Moran. And this ball movement is something great from the start. Rovier pass it out to Tommy. Swings it. Attacking. Trying to get a nice little end-around goal there. Robbie. Swings it out to number 20, the sophomore Braden Phillips. Kicks it back to Tommy. And Tommy quickly swings it. Regan. Looking to get the hat trick early in the first half. Driving in. Robbie Razor with the good, difficult shot. Almost sneaks in there. But the possession will retain for the Indians. That has been a big problem for the Thunderbirds is time of possession.
Definitely. The Indians seem to be very dominant.
Rovier with the strike! What a save by the goalie.
Mahwah's taking it up fast.
Oh, good defense.
Indians stop it as fast as Mahwah can get
Dakota.
down.
What a play. And the Indians have no problem sprinting up the field. Rovier almost had the incredible goal just moments ago to almost push the lead to 6. A timeout for the Indians, their first.
Timeout, Indians.
For all of you watching at home, I would, of course, like to thank you through this timeout. With just 2 minutes and some change left, the Indians are up 5 in the second quarter. We will resume play with 2 minutes and some change. Crank. No problem swinging it back out to Rovier. Rovier will kick it to Tommy. Moran will swing it back to Rovier. Rovier looking in, backs out, gives it to Phillips. Phillips looking for somewhere to go, has nowhere to go, swings it back to Rovier. That's a young, talented duo we'll be able to see for a few years as he passes to Crank.
Crank's looking for a shot.
Crank almost had it. 21 of Mahwah really creating some pressure there. Capozzoli swings it to Rovier. Rovier back to Capozzoli. Capozzoli will swing it to Crank quickly. Crank taking his time, looking at his options. We'll take it back to the top, and we'll reset this offense once again. Crank drives in, and it's a score for the Indians. Pushing the lead to 6-0. Number 1, Johnny Crank.
First goal of the game. The Indians just keep scoring. They have a very good offensive drive and possession. Lombardo for another face-off, and I wouldn't change it either if I was the coach.
He's
Keep
been
Lombardo
huge today for the Indians. Colati back out there. Looking to get one on Lombardo here. Lombardo gets it, loses it. Mahwah will take it. A big break for this Thunderbirds offense, something they really needed. Thunderbirds really need to get something going. 1:15 left in this half. Great pressure. Jack White. And a ripper. And a great stop by Hunter Rovier from his good buddy, the right post.
With the ball going out of bounds of Mahwah, looks like Indians take possession.
Oh, they will give it to Mahwah.
Oh, really?
A hard fight for the ball. Gives it to Mahwah.
I think Jack and the ball got the new girlfriends.
Drive in. If you're the Thunderbirds, you need to look to score quick with 30 seconds winding down on this half. And there's been nothing good for this Thunderbirds team so far. Indians looking really good right now, playing at an all-time high. Thunderbirds have it with the final 15 seconds. Good pressure by the defense. Passes it out. The Indians will keep it with 5 seconds. Huge attack. And that will be the half. Indians up 6-0. Ladies and gentlemen, we are in halftime for this game. If you're just joining us now, the Indians up 6-0. For the next 8 minutes, let's enjoy some nice JV baseball.
Looks like the Wayne Valley Indians on the field.
A huge hit, and it will be caught. Wait! And they call him out. What a play from the outfield. Striking it at a home place, and a huge play for the JV baseball Indians.
And that is a changeup.
To the Wayne Valley Lacrosse superfan, Lucha Minia. My mic's muted, you come here.
from our super fan. You have any words of advice?
Do you have any words to say to the fans watching on Wayne Valley Television?
December 7th.
Don't know what that means.
That's it. That's it.
A great song choice by our DJ slash announcer slash financial lit teacher, Mr. Snyder, the MVP of the teachers, in everyone's opinion.
Yeah.
Gotta give him some love. And of course, Mrs. Damer. If it wasn't for Mrs. Damer, me and Benino would not be up here right now.
That's for sure.
Best two teachers in the school, both bring very, very great things to this very good high school.
So, Lewis, this game is very dominant for the Wayne Valley Indians. Do you think the game will change, or do you think the Indians will keep this domination?
It's been a one-sided affair throughout the contest so far. I wouldn't say it's over yet. If the Indians could score 6 goals in one half, so can the Thunderbirds. It really comes down to their grit and how hard they're going to go for loose balls, how hard they're going to play on offense, and how hard they're going to get the ball for their offensive score. But really, it all starts with face-offs. And sophomore Jake Lombardo has done a great job for the Indians, giving them a major percentage of the possession time.
5 out of 6?
5 out of 6 for a sophomore going against seniors. Very impressive. If he keeps that up in the second half, this game might end in a shutout.
It's my understanding that before this game, he wasn't, winning as much face-offs.
I mean, yeah, he's a young player. He didn't start the year the hottest. He's only been getting better as the year progresses. And seeing him for 5 for 6 in the first half is a great sign if you're a fan of the Indians. A nice young player who can only improve.
Definitely, definitely. And what do you think Mahwah needs to do to kind of bring it back from this 6-0 deficiency?
They gotta pressure. They gotta pressure the ball. They need to attack. And they need to play as a team and more than as an individual. They really have to accept their brotherhood, come out here swinging hard, and they really got to score right away if they even want to have a chance at this one. 6 goals is a lot, and especially when you're shooting on a UMass commit, it's going to be very hard to get in there. Hunter has showed time and time again, not just in this game, but all season, how good of a defender he can be on the goal. It's very difficult to play a college sport, nonetheless, at the University of Massachusetts. All right, and we are back with 1:15 left in the half time until the second half begins. Both teams just touching up on their first half. And if you're the Wayne Valley Indians, what are your thoughts coming into the second half? You can never come in the half being too cocky.
I agree definitely. You can't. You just gotta have. From my feeling, I think no emotion. I think you should just come in, be like, yeah, I did this good the first half, but it's not enough. Come in hungry.
You need to play like it's 0-0.
Yes, definitely.
We've seen multiple teams in the state this year. Indians have fell through to this a few times, having a big lead at the half and just losing it just because they're coming out thinking they're up. You got to come out thinking you're down. And
Right, that's that damn Colati again.
Colati will be versus Lombardo to start the half. Lombardo having a really good first half.
Lombardo's looking to
5
keep
for
the streak.
6.
Yes, 5 for 6, really good. He's looking to keep the streak going here.
He's looking for 4 in a row. Lombardo adjusts. You're good, you. Another face-off won by Lombardo. He's 6 for 7 today. Something you need if you're the Thunderbirds is the possession early.
Moran taking up the left side of the field.
Moran swings it. Indians obviously pacing.
Substitutions are made, and Ferguson comes onto the field, getting the ball and immediately passing it to number 2, Moran.
Moran's going to swing it. And the Indians have no rush trying to score. I mean, they're just trying to take some clock off, honestly.
No pun intended. They could lax on this one.
Boo.
All right.
That's why some of our viewers have left us.
Yeah, we just went out.
Good joke by my co-host. A drive by Ferguson.
Looking for a shot, but gets pushed out, having to pass it to number 6, Razor.
Robbie Razor on the attack.
Ooh, nice move.
He's going to work it back to Trey Ferguson. Trey Ferguson can pass it back to the top. Regan Capozzoli will pass it out himself. And
Here comes Crank in, trying to get a shot.
comes Johnny Crank.
Pass it back to number 6, Robbie Razor in the back, looking for some sort of movement by the offense. Tommy's on the drive.
Tommy with the spin, kicks it back out. Crank takes it from the top. And Crank will pass it to Ferguson. Phillips will take it. Phillips loses it, scoops it up himself, and he's going to drive in. Phillips.
Looking for a shot, getting bounced down by Mahwah defense.
Pass it back out, a hard pass.
To Tommy, gets lost, but there is a penalty. But it is still Mahwah possession.
Onto the field comes Jack White for Ty Moran. Here comes Mahwah. They need to get something going here.
22.
Driving in, loses it.
Scooped up by
Alive.
Dakota Delisle. He's hustling
crucial
hard.
defender. Crucial defender.
Look at this.
We're not Mandy chasing.
Pushing it the other way, and it's intercepted by the defense. Swings
Good
it
movement by Mahwah coming up in the offensive drive.
Mahwah's really been pushing it. Once they get the stop, as they push
Ooh,
it.
good save by number
save.
22.
Hunter Rovier.
Go, guys.
Yeah.
Slowing it down. They're going to swing it back out to Colin Rovier. Revere will be out to Johnny Crank.
Here comes Crank looking for a shot.
Crank
And it's a goal!
right past the Mahwah goalie, and Crank scores his second of the day.
Leaving Wayne Valley 7, Mahwah 0. We are going to have a transition in commentators, switching from Luis Del Forno to Will Michaels.
Give me a sec.
Give me a piece. A little piece, tiny piece.
No,
Alright, it looks like it's Kaladi versus Lombardo again for the face-off.
But you know, you got this.
Alright, well, you're going to help.
Wait.
Where's he going?
I've done it before.
Another win by Lombardo,
Oh,
but it looks to be a penalty. And it is Mahwah's possession. Number 9 coming up past number 27. Mahwah showing some light here, thinking that they have an offense now.
Can't do any worse.
Trying to find openings. Swinging around the side, but gets checked by number 23, Frank Totora. Good defense by the Indians, keeping Mahwah out of the crease.
Yeah, just shutting down their ability to score here.
Rip by number 24, Mahwah, but definitely saved by number 22, Hunter Revere. And this man has saved a lot of goals today.
Hang on, guys.
Even though the Indians had to drive down the left side of the field, looks like they ran out of bounds, and Mahwah takes possession of the ball. Mahwah misses the pass, leading the possession to the Indians.
Oh, I know.
Just say nice also play by the Indians.
Mm-hmm.
He's right. Oh. Done this in many years.
Tommy Moran trying to take it up the left side of the field. Gets past 2 defenders, but loses the ball, but still goes into Indian possession.
Gonna try to regroup here.
Number 6, Robbie Razor. Passes it to number 28, Revere. Capizoli passes back to Revere, who passes it back to Moran, looking for some way to get in.
Looking for a good shot opportunity.
Here comes Razor trying to make a move, trying to get it in. Tries to shoot, but gets deflected by Mahwah.
Like,
Mahwah still having possession, kind of come up. Passes to number 15, trying to go on the left side of the field. They're looking for some crack in the Wayne Valley defense, but it looks like it's a solid wall and they can't get through.
yeah, they've held strong the whole game here.
Tries to make a shot, but saved again by number 22, Hunter Revere. This man has had a lot of saves this game, and he is going to keep up the streak.
Hang on, guys.
Hunter Revere passes the ball, number 28. His brother, Colin Revere, who also passes it.
That's Robbie. It's Robbie.
Razor trying to find some of his teammates to pass to. Phillips gets substituted in. Razor to Phillips.
A lot of substitutions being made here by the teams.
Phillips and Moran. Moran's been their go-to guy for the outside on the Wayne Valley Indian offense. Nice spin move by Moran. Tries to make a shot, but gets saved by number 11 of the Mahwah defense. But it's a scramble on the Mahwah side of the field, but it is eventually picked up by their goalie, number 11. Mahwah swiftly taking it up the field on the right side. Looking for some crack in the defense.
And Mahwah's just looking for any good shot opportunity here for their first goal of the game. That's going to be a missed pass for Mahwah.
As Wayne Valley gets the ball.
No, you're all right, Will.
Revere taking it up the right side of the field. Dances out of... Ooh. Tries to save himself from going out of bounds by throwing it
Just
to
goes
number
out.
6, Razor, but his tiptoe and dancing could not save him.
No, not at all. Close, though. Very close.
Mahwah drops it. Picking up by number 6, Robbie Razor, but gets pushed out of bounds. A timeout is called. It is unknown to me which side of the field called it. But it looked like it was maybe the Indians to save Robbie from going out of bounds. Now, Will, I know you just got here announcing, but you've been cameraman, you've been
Oh, yeah.
in the directing booth or whatever watching the game. Mahwah's obviously down, by 7 points. How do you think they're gonna come back from this?
I don't know. Wayne Valley's defense is really holding strong here, so they're going to really have to try something new. Coach is going to have to really motivate them here if they want to come back at all, because only a little bit more than 1 quarter left in the game. So
Wayne Valley Indian Coach Glander is probably happy right now with the Indians' performance. Good coaching stunt.
yeah, very good showing by them. Play will resume.
Ferguson passing it to Regan Capozzoli, who then passes it to Robbie Razor in the back, trying to get some sort of movement on the Mahwah defense to find some way to get it into the goal. Ferguson at the top, driving it in, looking for some sort of opportunity to shoot. Crank now at the top, looking.
Valley's just looking for a really good shot opportunity here. They don't want to take shots that aren't good when they're up this much.
Ferguson keeps trying to bring it up to the right, but always getting stopped by Mahwah defense.
They're really doing this nice.
Definitely good ball movement. That's been really helping the Indians throughout this whole game. Their ball movement. They're coming in for the shot.
Oh, and that's going to be a goal
That's
for the
a
Indians.
goal by number 20, Brandon Phillips.
This kid's a senior.
Senior from Mahwah, Colati versus sophomore from Valley, Lombardo. And Lombardo has been dominating this face-off game this whole lacrosse game. And let's see if he can do it again. Face-off is won again by Lombardo.
I swear he's got a new girlfriend. I don't know who it is. I'll find out.
Lombardo passes it to Hunter. Hunter clears it to number 27, Panabianco, who passes it to Ferguson, who's coming up.
Trent Field. Uh-oh.
Pass it. The ball is dropped out or knocked out by Mahwah. Gonna pass. Take control here.
Mahwah's looking for a way to get onto their offense.
Who's number 27? They don't have a number 27.
I don't know.
You guys have a 27?
No.
No.
Oh, no, we do have Panabianco. That's for Valley.
Oh, it is? Well, thanks for the warning.
Mahwah possession here. With 1 minute left in the quarter, looks like they're desperately trying to get a goal here.
Yeah, they really need something here. I don't know if they're going to get it, though. Valley is still holding very strong. Oh, and that'll be it. First goal for Mahwah on Hunter Revere.
That's Aiden Kelly.
Number 1 for Mahwah.
Aiden Kelly.
Aiden Kelly scores that goal.
Now, I don't know if that's enough, but that definitely is a momentum changer for Mahwah.
It's 8 and
I think Mahwah needed that goal to get a little something in their, in their minds. They need a little something, a driving force. Like, hey, we got a goal now.
Yeah, a little Kickstarter.
Dan Colati again. Senior.
Colati against Lombardo again for the 6th time of the day. Another win by Lombardo. He's dominating this face-off game, but it gets tripped up.
He still holds it, passes back to Revere.
Revere's looking to clear it here. Passes it to number 1. Is that Crank? Or number 7. I'm sorry. Number 7, Luke Quinzer, who's trying to get some sort of clear here. Almost intercepted by Mahwah. Looks like Valley's playing a little sloppy here. But they eventually get possession of the ball, and now
Alfred Hitchcock back to life.
Moran coming up, gives it a good ripper, but gets blocked by number 11 of the Mahwah goal. And that's the end of the quarter. We have a player down, Valley, on the 5-yard line.
I think Razor was back there, right?
Number 2, Tommy Moran comes off the field with a limp. Looks like he got hurt in the leg, maybe got tripped up or hit by a lacrosse stick. Another face-off with Lombardo and Colati.
Start of the fourth quarter here. Mahwah is going to need one final huge push if they want to win this game. I'm not quite sure if it's going to happen.
As for number 2, Moran, our personal trainer, Mac, will take care of him, making sure he comes back perfectly good of health.
Nice.
Face-off is taking place. I have high bets on Lombardo for this one again.
Yeah, it's been pretty consistent.
And it looks like I win my money. Lombardo wins the face-off again. Passes it again to the goalie, Revere, who looks to clear it. Passes it to Frank, to Tor, who passes it. Ooh, tries to pass it to Phillips, but gets intercepted by Mahwah, who swings it and scores. Number 48 on the Mahwah Thunderbirds. This is the momentum changer that they needed. In their heads, they're thinking, we can do this.
Yeah, Valley's playing a little sloppy here. I think the
Valley
lead
needs to
is
get back
getting
in
in
the
their
game.
heads.
Yes. Was scored by number 48, Nora Lombardo. Lombardo wins the face-off again. But as we've seen the last drive, it doesn't really matter if Mahwah's offense is down there and ready to get it. Back to Revere to clear it. Passes it to number 29, Coyle. And that number 48 who scored as a sophomore. Ferguson picks it up. Has heavy pressure on him from Mahwah. Trying to get that ball back, get a quick goal. But Ferguson's deflected by Mahwah. But there is a foul called, and it is Mahwah possession.
Looks like they didn't hear the whistle there.
They definitely did not.
Wow. There's two things Snyder's not, deaf and blind.
Mahwah keeps possession, and they've really stepped it up. As Valley has gotten sloppy, Mahwah has definitely stepped it up. They have had many deflects and interceptions in this quarter alone. Good move by number 34, but gets deflected by Valley defense.
Looks like it's going to go out of bounds. Mahwah is really seeing the opportunity here in Valley.
Now
Losing
living
a
up
little
to
bit
it.
of their finesse.
Definitely. Ooh, now Mahwah's getting a little sloppy. Missing the pass. And it goes over the line, which means Valley gets possession, and they're moving fast. They're trying to get this goal, and they're trying to retain their lead. As Phillips is looking for some way to get into the goal and some way to pass. Passes it to Ferguson. Ferguson slowing down the pace, passing it to Capitoli. Into the back to Razor. Crank to Jimmy Fallon. Fallon's first look. Fallon. Phelan to Ferguson. Ferguson looking on. Robbie taking around the crease looking for a shot, but has to bounce it out. Or bounce it in to Phillips, who tries to shoot, but it's deflected
over the net. Now Valley is going to be taking it a little slower here to milk the clock, but they still want to assert their dominance over Mahwah.
And it's Mahwah's possession now.
Nice deflection on that last play by number 11, Liam Granquist.
Valley's possession, passing it to number 22, Hunter Revere, who tries to clear it to number 7, Luke Quinzer. Ferguson is replaced with number 23, Frank Tortora, to go on defense. Looks like Valley's more concerned about the defense and offense right now, as number 7, Quizner, passes to Crank.
I hope this Quizner scores a goal. Luke Windsor.
Revere coming up fast, passing it to number 6, Razor. Razor to Quinzer, and Quinzer to Crank.
Crank over the hat trick.
Craig's coming in.
Oop.
Goes off the post there.
Good pressure by Mahwah, but Valley gets the ball back.
Robbie's got some canastas.
Robbie to Revere, Revere to Phelan. Phelan to Crank. Crank tries to get that hat trick, but it is saved by number 11 of Mahwah. As Mahwah was coming up fast. Mahwah's coming up fast.
Looking for anything they really can get here.
Definitely, with 7 minutes and 40 seconds left in the quarter. Last quarter of the game, mind you. Ooh, a little overpass by 24, but 48 gets up there and catches it.
Gabe Spinell.
Ooh, good pressure by the defense. Ooh, whips it, but gets saved by number 22, Hunter Revere. That was so fast, I could not even see it. Valley bringing it up really fast here.
They're just going to take their time around the net. Just threatening Mahwah, but trying to milk out the clock while they're doing it.
Phillips trying to look for some, brings it in.
Crank wants that hat trick like there's no more. I'm telling you. Oh, he lost it.
Ooh, Mahwah takes the ball from number 6, Razor, as number 11. Mahwah's goalie comes and picks it up. 11 looking to clear it. Passing it to number 2 of Mahwah, Thunderbirds. They're bringing it up fast. Looks like they're waiting for substitutions here. Passing it to number 36. As Luke Quisner runs to try to defend it. Ooh, whip and score
Aiden Kelly.
by Aiden Kelly of the Mahwah Thunderbirds. Number 1. Making the score, Wayne Valley Indians 8, Mahwah Thunderbirds 3. Now Mahwah is coming back, having...
That's Kelly's second of the game.
Yeah, with Kelly's second of the game there, Mahwah is going to get 3. Challenging Valley here, but will they be able to take back the game with only 6 minutes left? It's going to be quite a challenge.
Colada versus Lombardo on the face-off. Lombardo wins it yet again. I don't even know why. I'm expecting anything different.
He's been very good up there.
Yep, Revere passes it to Torre, who's looking to clear it. Passes it to number 27, who passes it to 28. Ooh, miss by number 24, Ryan Duffy.
Will, you got to work with me out over here. The freshman. He's sneaky with me. He's sneaky.
Mahwah possession as they're trying to bring it up.
Not even close. I'm serious. Not even close.
Mahwah having good passes here, trying to bring it up. .34 goes for a shot, but misses.
Just goes wide. The clock is draining with only 5 minutes and 18 seconds left. The fourth quarter.
Yes, sir. Looks like Mahwah needs... And if I'm mistaken, either 2 of the goals or all 3 has been scored in this fourth quarter. So it's not out of their own possibility. Shot by number 48. But bounces off the ground and gets deflected by our goalie. Number 7 of the Mahwah Thunderbirds trying to make a move. Get into the goal. Passes it out to 16 and then passes it to 24. Mahwah's trying to get some separation in here to get a shot and gets a score. Number 24 of Mahwah Thunderbirds. Valley's dropping the ball here, making the score 8-4. Gabe Spinella with the goal.
It's going to be 4 very quick goals for the Thunderbirds there. Looks like they do have a chance here coming back. Valley's going to have to stay strong, not be sloppy.
That's Colati again.
Colada versus Lombardo, and even though Lombardo is winning these face-offs, it looks like it's not making a difference. Valley is getting lazy. They're having a mentality that they're up by 2 months, they don't need to worry, and they need to change that in order to solidify their win.
They just have to play like they've played the rest of the game.
Lombardo is winning the face-off, passes it to their goalie, Hunter Revere, looking to clear it, looking to get it out of Indian territory. Passing it to number 20, Phillips, as he does a nice move on the Mahwah, but gets, nice move again. Bringing it up in the center. Looks like there's a flag on the play, but they're going to let it play out a little bit.
Crank's going for the hat trick.
Crank, if he gets another goal, it will become a hat trick. He's eagerly looking to get in. Passing it to number 4. Phelan.
Not Fallon.
Duffy in the pack, passing it to number 1, Crank, eagerly hooking for a hat trick again. Passing it to Revere. Passing it to... almost gets deflected by Mahwah, but is passing it to Ferguson. Ferguson back to Crank. They're eagerly, I think, trying to get Crank that hat trick. Keep passing back to him. Missed by Finland, but picks it back up.
Crank gets a hat trick. Valley could use another goal here, too, just to really...
Further their win.
Yeah.
Further their lead.
Show Mahwah that they're still playing. 3 minutes and 20 seconds left.
Ooh. Good pressure by Mahwah, trying to get them off of Mahwah territory. Here comes Johnny, but gets reflected by Mahwah.
He's looking for it.
He is. Definitely is. At 3 minutes in the quarter, I think they should be looking for it. Looks like there's a personal foul. It is uncertain who from this point.
Not looking that great for Mahwah right now, but 3 minutes is a lot, and they could get it back. They just play their best.
Looks like it's Indian possession. Phillips to Revere. Back to Phillips. Back to Revere. Mahwah defense is keeping them in the upper parts of the field. Ooh, pass to Ferguson, but Ferguson drops it. Could have been crucial there. Could have been a goal. Valley is
Ball is all
trying to get the ball, but Mahwah comes out of it with the possession. Now Valley crowded Mahwah trying to get that ball, but Mahwah just pushed through. Valley with really good defense. They're crowding Mahwah, trying to get them not to move past the 30-yard line. Flag is thrown. It is, again, uncertain against who, but to my look like it's Valley.
Takes him down with another flag.
But that is a foul on number 23, Frank Totore, it looks like.
3 flags.
Valley really just started playing sloppy here, but there is only 2 minutes left in the game. So.
And I think Frank wanted that foul. I think Totore was. It wasn't a smart foul, but then again, it did stop. It did stop the clock. Gave Valley to think this over.
Yes.
New game plan.
Stop a little bit of momentum there by
Yes,
Mahwah
definitely.
too.
Mahwah keeps position to the ball, trying to work in, trying to get a goal on Valley. Whips it by 24, and that's a goal.
Wow. The goal there with 1:51 left. That's going to bring Mahwah to 5.
Yep, 8. Wayne Valley, 5. Gabe Spinell with his second goal of the night in this quarter. Beating Wayne Valley Indians 8 and Mahwah 5.
Mahwah has really turned it around this quarter.
Yes, having 4, if not all 5 of their goals scored. Either Mahwah turned it up, or Valley's getting sloppy with Lombardo and Colati on the face-off again. Lombardo with another win. Look at Colati let him win this one.
That's what it always looks like at this point.
Lombardo trying to get something, but ooh.
Maybe a whistle there.
Timeout called by the
Timeout.
Wayne Valley Indians. They keep possession of the ball. How do you feel about that? They doing good?
It's been very rapid fire, but 1:37 left seems like not a lot of time, but it really is when
Nope.
you're on the field. So they do have a chance here. It's going to be
And
tough for Mahwah. Valley just
Unfortunate
stay
for those who aren't watching us at Wayne Valley, our DJ, Snyder's having some good music choice at this timeout.
Oh, yeah. Always.
Now, do you think Valley's just getting sloppy, or do you think Mahwah has turned it up?
Well, I think it's a little bit of both. Valley's been very sloppy. A couple more penalties, some missed passes, but Mahwah has also stepped it up. They've played a little quicker and had some really tough shots for Valley to save.
Definitely. Now, it went from, in the first half, Valley goal number 22, Hunter Virov, having all his saves, 0 let-ups. And now in the second half, he's had 5. Do you think it's him? Do you think it's the Valley defense? Do you think it's a combination of the both?
You know, I'm not sure. He might have gotten a little confidence, and because of all the saves, might have gotten his hopes up for a shutout, but seems like obviously that's not happening anymore. But the defense has also been sloppy, so
And
I
this
think
is
it might be a little bit of both.
This is history. Valley is always up in the beginning, but 3 out of their games, the other team came back and won. Now, will that happen today, or will Valley solidify their lead and win this game? It will all be found out in a matter of a minute and 30 seconds.
Rest assured try to shove this down his throat.
Valley's starting with possession, eagerly trying to solidify their win here. Coming in, Regan Capizzoli, heading in strong, looking for some way to get into the goal, passing it to, overshooting it, a little, I think it was nerves there.
And those are the sloppy plays I'm talking about here.
That's all the nerves of, the pressure.
Yeah.
As Mahwah seems to be cool, even though they're moving fast, looks like they have total control of the ball. Coming up, good cradle by number 24 of Mahwah. Passing it, goes for a shot, misses to the right. There's a flag thrown by the refs here.
Only 1 minute left in gameplay here.
Looks like it's a timeout on Mahwah. Offsides. I don't know on who, but there's also a timeout on Mahwah at 1 minute and 3 seconds left. Now, I'm surprised, Will Michaels, we haven't had any do-rags out here, any wave checks. I'm very surprised.
No, none by the Indians or Mahwah. I'm disappointed. What can I say?
Yes.
Although, you don't know. They do have helmets on.
They do.
You don't know what's going on today.
I guess I have to wait until the end of the game to find out.
Yeah.
Valley in their huddle for a long time, trying to talk it over, trying to find a game plan to stop Mahwah's momentum from continuing. They break the huddle as entering the field with...
Yeah. I think what Coach Glander is saying here is like, guys, you just got to stay strong. We got this, Just make sure they don't get those shots. Cover them well.
Valley breaks the huddle with Valley possession of the ball. Or Mahwah possession, I'm sorry. Wow, looking for a quick goal here. Passing it to 24. Whips it. Good deflection by the Indians.
I think he shot it over the net there.
Sure. Because it's their ball.
Oh, is it?
Mahwah again desperately looking for a shot with 45 seconds left in the quarter.
Nice save there by Rovere.
Definitely. But it's a scramble for the ball on the bottom, and it's eventually a goal.
Another goal from Mahwah.
Wait, no. There's no goal. It looks like he was inside the crease or it was a scramble. But it is still Mahwah's ball.
A little bit of confusion at the net there, but it will turn out in favor of the Indians.
I've seen this before. As soon as there's no goal called, they've lost the momentum. Whip it by number 34. Gets good deflection by number 22, Hunter Revere. But Mahwah's not letting up. But
Save on play by Hunter.
Only about
Revere had a
15
good
seconds,
clear.
About 15 seconds left on the clock here.
Mahwah picks it up.
And this is Valley's game.
Yep. Delilah trying to get the ball. But Mahwah picks it up again. With 3 seconds, this doesn't look good at all.
Take a shot.
Mahwah takes the shot,
he misses.
And the final score, Valley 8, Mahwah 5. Valley comes out with a win here.
Yeah, a little tricky there, but they stayed on top.
With Valley